Welcome back, everybody. It's I with I Will Play, and with Christmas coming up in just 10 days, I've been talking up Cyberpunk 2077 for quite some time now, showing off all these technical things it can do, this awesome story, gameplay, etc. If you have the best system in the world, that is all true. If you have the graphics card, the 3090 on the PC, it's especially true. There's still glitches and such, but I want to react to a review for the PS4, Xbox One. Let's bring some reality to the situation, because I feel really bad. I feel really bad for those kids or for those people who are waiting for this gift or getting this gift on Christmas. It's only 10 days away and they've been excited about this. They've been pumped on this maybe for as long as 8 years, maybe just recently, but they're excited to play a glitch-free, fun game and have a blast with it. Let's just watch this review, look at what they're in store for, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Let's get into this. Let's go. Now I want to react to this review here. This one is the IGN review for Cyberpunk 2077 for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. I felt that this review really hit the nail on the head for what's expected from last gen consoles, even though new gen just came out. Now let's watch this review together so you can see what this game looks like and plays like on the Xbox One and PS4.
Well, I had just as much fun playing Cyberpunk 2077 on PC as Tom did for his review. On the base PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, it is a different game entirely. It fails to hit even the lowest bar of technical quality one should expect when even playing on lower-end hardware. It performs so poorly that it makes combat, driving, and what is otherwise a mastercraft of storytelling legitimately difficult to look at.
Like what you see?
It is not an exaggeration to say that I felt nauseated after playing because of the terrible frame.
All right, now the frame rate, if you look at the frame rate, and it's in the bottom right-hand corner, that's really what you're looking at. And you can see right now it's hovering between maybe 13 and 15 with that green line going up and down.
Right. It really is that bad, and it's very suspicious that CD Projekt Red refused to provide console review copies ahead of launch.
No console reviews ahead of launch for PS4 or Xbox One.
In my original tests on patch 1.02, frame rate dipped into the teens on Xbox One during key story moments involving combat.
Not just teens.
And while patch 1.04 promised more stability, it still struggles to maintain 30 FPS and crashes are still frequent. At best, it will regularly crash to the system screen on Xbox One. At worst, it'll hardlock your system and you have to turn it off and then on again.
How'd you like to get this for Christmas as a kid?
In short, neither the PS4 or Xbox One is able to hold a steady frame rate and often freezes altogether for seconds at a time.
This is Xbox
On the base model
One.
Xbox One, it appears to be running at less than 720p resolution at times, though that fluctuates due to dynamic scaling. Even so, you can expect to see it drop as low as 10 frames per second during combat, which is all but unplayable, and it's in the 20s even when you're doing simple routine things like walking outside in the introduction. The PS4 is slightly better in performance and stability since patch 1.04, but at the sacrifice of texture load-in time. Characters will often appear blocky while you wait an agonizingly long time for their faces to show up to the party, and geometry or textures will sometimes fail to appear, even with all the effects like film grain and motion blur turned off.
And you wait for a while,
Both
and then it shows
platforms have
up.
several major issues with the open
Look at the
world, such as
signs aren't
signs
showing
that have
up.
no graphics at all until they load in about 5 seconds later, making it impossible to navigate
But you're
without
not
the
going to
map.
stop.
And explosions are effects that happen
Well, you have to
comically
now
late
because
or
you don't
fail
know
to
where you're
trigger
going.
at all. It's not just visual. The enemy AI will sometimes break and won't even shoot at you.
Hey, I got no problems with
The excellent voice
that.
acting is one of the few things that holds up.
Eyes and ears open, all right?
Everything else is nearly unrecognizable compared to the PC version. Even the PS4 Pro and Xbox One
Look at
X,
the gun
which have some
has to
problems of their own,
load in.
are a huge
That's
step up
crazy.
from this technical mess. If your only option right now is to play Cyberpunk 2077 on either of the base platforms, I highly suggest you don't play at all until its many terrible performance issues are fixed. And if you've already bought it and had an experience similar to what I've described, you should absolutely get a refund if possible.
Oh my god.
Hey there, Dollface.
The PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions are simply not in an acceptable state, and it makes me sad to think that so many people are having their first Cyberpunk 2077 experience ruined this way. Because when it works, it's a fantastic RPG. It just doesn't work here.
So what can you do if you already bought the game and you don't want it anymore? Cyberpunk 2077 is offering refunds on the game due to their own misleading marketing and technical glitches that are throughout. They didn't test it enough, they didn't patch it enough. They are still working on patches, but the first patch didn't do a whole lot to help it out. So there is some refund options. Look that up at Cyberpunk 2077 on their website, and you can also check with your local store. If you're still keeping this, hopefully they'll patch more and they'll fix this up. I would expect on a lower end PC like what I'm playing, I had to reduce down to 720p in order to get smooth play. And that's just because I'm on the very low end of the graphics. So it's all low, it's all medium graphics with 720p. But when you're playing on the PS4 and the Xbox One, you don't have the option to drop all the way down on those resolutions to make the game more playable. It is what it is. And right now it's a technical mess. To walk up and not be able to see their faces, to be driving on a motorcycle or driving with the car down the street, and you have to stop and watch the signs load to know what road you're on. Thank goodness in the game, you can actually click on missions and it'll give you a path to follow that's on a map. But will the path load in? Will the map load in? Will the characters even load in? It's insane that they allowed the game to launch on those systems. It should have never have happened until it was fully patched on those systems, or at least runnable. When you get below 10 frames per second, you're talking jitteriness on the screen where you're getting a graphic feed like that is really, really choppy, massive stuttering, and just an inability to play it correctly, to shoot, to move, to things to load in. 10 FPS is garbage. The 12 to 14 or 15 that was being shown on that video is absolute trash. You should not play below 30 FPS. I could see times where it would dip down into the 20s during intense fights and things like that, but it should not have regular gameplay below 30 FPS. They should have knocked the resolutions down or did something to make it playable or not have made it on the systems at all. I feel really, really bad for those, especially the kids that have all their hopes pinned on Christmas. This was their game and they're going to be opening this up on Christmas, getting excited, popping this into their system, starting to play Cyberpunk 2077, Project Red, and Project Red X. You guys better get a patch together before Christmas so you're not going to ruin Christmas for these kids or anybody else that's going to open this as a gift, pop it inside of their system, and have it freeze up, have to restart over and over and over. No load times, bad FPS. I'm glad your stock fell 29% on the release of this game with all the glitches and everything due to your marketing scheme and holding this all back and not allowing anybody to review PS4, Xbox One until the game officially launched. Shame on you. And for those of you that do have the PS4 and Xbox One version, I wish you the best. If you're not getting a refund, I hope that they patch it for you and that everything turns out okay in the near future, hopefully before Christmas. It's more playable. If anything, I just wanted to bring more attention to this issue with this game. Please like this video, not just because you liked it, but so more people can see it. And subscribe if you have not subscribed already for a lot of reactions, Among Us, where you can join the games, Minecraft and Minecraft tutorials, Minecraft subscriber realm, Roblox multiplayer Mondays where we can all play together. Everybody can join. That's what we're all about. Having fun. Come join us. It's free. You can change your mind later, but I don't think you will. I think you're going to love it. And take it easy, everybody. I will see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye!